Hi, this is Caroline from The Happy Sensitive. I'm a coach for highly sensitive people and empaths, and I'm here with another episode in the Spiritual Bullshit series, where I talk about ideas that are pretty common in spiritual, often channeling spiritual ideas that are popular, but that are either completely unhelpful or misconstrued, or that are easy to misinterpret. And I go into the nitty gritty of that. So today I want to talk about the size of your energy field. Now, your energy field is a space around you. So you have your body, but you also have a space around you, which is your energy field. And there are a lot of things that are happening there. And there is a space around you that is yours. It's your space. There are energies in there that are your energies. Some people use that space as a kind of storage closet, which is, not the best use for it. They kind of dump all kinds of stuff in there that they don't want to deal with. But ultimately, when we think about energy field, it's helpful to think about your body as in being contained in and living inside of your energy field. So the body is inside the energy field. The energy field is not some kind of add-on that was added around you. It's actually your body's inside your energy field. And so what is going on in your energy field from an energetic perspective also has, really determines what your body can and can't do and how your body functions. And it determines a lot of things. So anyone who's into energy healing will at some point have to come to terms with and learn about the energy field, because that's where a lot of issues that don't really have another explanation can have an origin, where it's like, so this is something that's already visible in someone's energy field. It's not physically showing up yet per se, but it's already there. So this is kind of where things originate. Okay, some basics about the energy field. But in this channeling, or actually I think this is not a channeling, I think this is more of a astrology report. So in this astrology report, they talk about the size of the energy field. And that's what I really want to focus on here, because there is a healthy size of energy field, and then there's an unhealthy size. I've had clients come to me who were very scared of the world and who would retreat inside of themselves. And they would make themselves really, really small, and they would shrink their energy field down and just really just pull it all the way in and just make themselves as small as possible. And in this state, someone's not going to feel good. They're not going to feel healthy or strong or confident. But that doesn't mean that you should just do the reverse and just expand your energy field outward endlessly. And so in this channeling, this is about a particular period in time. It's saying Jupiter's energy can expand not only your awareness, but also our energy field in general. With an expanded energy field, we can feel more optimistic, more energized, and more confident in our ability to take things on. Ancient astrologers refer to Jupiter as a great making things easier. And then if you have been moving through a challenging time, if hardships have come your way, know that this new moon will help to expand your viewpoints so you can make changes and reshape the way that you have been approaching things. So it's connecting this idea of expanded viewpoint, a more positive take on life, feeling more confident with an expanded energy field. Now, for someone who has a really contracted energy field, who like inside is like this, they're like, I feel kind of claustrophobic, yes, like they need to expand their energy field, but only to arm's length, right? So when a client comes to me and they have this really just contracted energy field, I work with them so that they learn how to get their energy field out and to expand it to arm's length, because that is a healthy size. That is a size that's going to feel good. But the problem with this message here is it just talks about expansion. It doesn't talk about limitation. So if you don't know anything about all of this, you might read this and think, the more I expand my energy field, the better. And I have actually listened to teachers and been in like online classes where teachers would take you on a meditation journey, and they would encourage you to expand your energy field and to make it as big as the city, as big as the country, as big as the world. And it never felt good to me. And this is before I really knew what I know now, right? But I always felt like, why would you want to make yourself this big? It doesn't make any sense. And maybe if you're just doing this in a kind of symbolic way, you're not really expanding your energy field, then maybe it's more about perspective taking and it can be useful. But the clients I work with are very intuitive. And so when you tell them to expand their energy field, they will literally expand their energy field. Okay. So you need to make sure that that's actually beneficial. And so I'm saying, like, up to arm's length, it's beneficial. When you go beyond that, you spread yourself too thin. And the people who are really, really wide, expanded energy field often complain that they're confused about what they're feeling, and they pick up on stuff from other people, and they feel like everything is affecting them. And while there can be legit ways that something like those experiences are structured into your system, for empaths, for example, who feel a lot of stuff, but for empaths, that happens when they have a normal size energy field. It has something to do with how they're programmed from the inside out. So a different reason why. But a lot of people have this widely expanded energy field. It's kind of like they want to know about everything. Like, I need to be over here, and I need to be over there, and I need to be over there, and I need to be over there. They like literally expand their energy field. And then they feel all this stuff from all those people that are, in this huge space, because it's become a huge space. And they lose themselves. They completely lose track of themselves. They feel overwhelmed. They feel stressed. And then they read about empaths and they think, oh, I must be an empath. And then that becomes a whole thing where it's like, oh no, this is just how I am. Majority of people who feel overwhelmed by energies and feel like everything's coming at them, it's because they have this massively expanded energy field. And that's why I wanted to bring this up, because this idea of expanding your energy field, like you're expanding it is good, the further the better, is not true. It's not how your energy field actually works. It has a healthy size, has healthy proportions, just like your body does, right? Your body has a healthy, like, limits, and there's a scale, like there's some leeway, but when you get too big, you expand too far physically, you're going to get health problems. And when you get too thin and emaciated, you're going to get health problems too. Well, the same thing is true for your energy body. So your energy body has a healthy size. It's about arm's length. And when that's the size of your energy body, that's when you're going to feel your most confident, healthy, alive, the most good. That's where it's meant to be. Yeah, so you don't want to expand it endlessly. It's really not good. And even though this message doesn't say that you should expand it endlessly, I know there are teachers out there who are kind of encouraging that idea. And so, not knowing anything more, and if you only think, oh, well, expanding my energy field is good, it's really easy to think if I expanded further that's got to be better, right? Like, it's even more expanded. Another way you can look at it is it's helpful to take a bird's eye view of your situation, right? It's like kind of zoom out and think like, okay, I have a problem in my life, something's going on, I need to zoom out and look at it from a bigger perspective. A perspective in which me and my current day is a little bit smaller and I start to see the bigger picture. Super helpful, right? But what happens when you zoom out so far that it feels like you're just a speck of dust on the earth? That's not helpful anymore. Then you're too zoomed out, right? This is where you get these kind of existentialist, poetic, but also incredibly depressing ideas like, oh, I just realized that I am just nothing in the bigger scope of things. I have no meaning. Like, it doesn't matter what I do. Like, that is just a recipe for depression, okay? It's like, so you don't want to expand that far out. It's not something that we're designed to process very well as humans. We need to have a human-sized perspective. And so if your energy field is really collapsed, it's good to expand it out a little bit, but you don't want to expand it out too far. And you don't want to expand your perspective out too far either, because then everything just becomes irrelevant. If we think about our life in the context of 10 million years of planetary change, who cares what happens to you, right? Like, they're just a speck in the blip of time. So yeah, you want to keep things a certain healthy size. more and more and more and bigger and bigger and bigger is not better, and it's not good for you. And if you expand your energy field way out, you can start to feel really lost and scatterbrained and overwhelmed by things that are really have nothing to do with you yourself. So if you know you've been doing exercises like this, if you've been in classes where you were, encouraged to expand your energy field way, 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 way out and try to make it as big as possible, then do the reverse, like pull it back to arm's length, right? Like if you've been able to do that, you know how to work with this sizing of your energy field. You know how to adjust it. So adjust it back to arm's length. Sometimes people feel like they need a lot of space, otherwise they feel claustrophobic. But there is an element of being a human being, being in a body, that if you are avoiding reality, is going to feel claustrophobic. So if you're like expanding way out, way out, way out because you feel like you need lots of space to be able to breathe, chances are what's really going on is that there's something that you're avoiding, something you need to deal with, something you need to feel, something you need to confront. And so expanding your energy field outwards endlessly is a way to actually run from reality and run from yourself. And it just makes the problem worse because you just get confused about everything. It becomes really hard to know who you are and what you want and what is you and where you're really at. Yeah, so here in the message it says, the expanded view we get allows us to see the beauty, the gifts, and the positive side of things with greater ease. I would say the right-sized view allows you to see the beauty, the gifts, and the positive side of things with greater ease. But it doesn't mean that, things are necessarily easy. Like being in a healthy relationship with yourself and with the size of your energy field, like having all that calibrated correctly, it doesn't mean that you're going to have this like magical life of ease and grace. Like there can be things on your path that are really hard. And if you have your energy field sized the right way, it may actually confront you with things that you've been avoiding. It's kind of like, oh, now everything is like properly set up. Now we can do the work, and now your body will bring things to the surface. So, like this, just like don't cling to this idea of ease and grace and everything being positive and great if you just get the size of your energy field right. Like it's a basic necessity. It's like eating well. Like if you've been starving, then somebody can come to you and say, if you just have these 3 healthy meals a day, your life is going to be so much easier. And that's true, right? Like if you have not been eating well at all, and then you start eating well 3 times a day, life is going to be much easier. Does it mean all your problems go away? No, of course not. So it's like that with this as well, with the size of your energy field. Like, yes, of course it helps, but it's not going to magically make your problems disappear or make everything easy breezy. All right, I hope this was helpful. If you have questions about intuitive stuff, energy field stuff, you're feeling things, you're not sure what to do with it or what to make of it, you're worried that there's something kind of weird going on, you're welcome to set up a clarity call with me and we can figure out what it is, what's going on, and what you can do about it. There's a link, I'll put a link below for the clarity call. And I hope this was helpful. Thanks for listening. Have a good day. Bye.